So this is the checkpoint impeller that replaced the factory impeller. I don't know what I do with it. Little plastic thing. This is an alloy piece that won't deform under heat or flex under heat. So I'm very excited about it. Cool. Now the sealing, there's a couple seals in here. One is this one right here, which has a rubber ring right here that seals against this plastic piece. Keeps the oil on that side, keeps the coolant on this side, of course. And this bearing, when it comes out, the factory manual says to, it's a little confusing as far as the orientation. At least it is to me. It doesn't make any sense to me. All I know is that the open side of the bearing race here needs to be exposed to the oil so that the oil can lubricate the bearing. There's a flat side on this other bearing. Actually, we can look at this one right here. New GasGas parts. Dude, so excited. Okay, that's the new seal. Part of the seal. Here's the other part of the seal. And, oh, the bearing's in the freezer, so I'll have to get that in a minute. Okay, so just put my finger in, pull this one out. The white part goes to that right there. And so those rub together, or those index together right there, and that's what makes the good oil seal right there. A little bit of a spring action right here. There's like a little spring in here that the water impeller pushes against, so that when you push it in, it drives this tight against, and that spring keeps a good seal there. Okay, cool. So this one, the spring goes to the inside. The shaft looks pretty good, it's clean. Here's the new one. Same thing, spring goes to the inside. A little bit of two-stroke oil here. That may be excessive. Just a tiny bit. How's that? Cool. Okay, that's old. That's old. This is new, so we'll keep that with the new parts. Just got to drive the bearing out now. Okay, so again, this is the oil side, the open part of the bearing. On this side, underneath this seal, underneath the black side, so this goes down like this, is a little washer. So we'll put that back in, of course. And then there's a little circlip here on the inside. I don't know if that'll show up or not. And then the bearing itself should come out pretty easy. Clunk. So you can see the circlip in there, hopefully. And the bearing goes on the back side of that. And this, of course, goes on the outboard side of that. And here's the bearing. The manual's a little confusing. It's just, I don't know exactly what it's trying to say, but the bottom line to me is this needs to be the oil side, so the oil can get to the bearing. This is the water pump side. So this is outboard, this is inboard. La, la, la. Cool. Frozen bearing. Very cold. It's been in the freezer for a week since it came from Go Fasters. I just haven't been able to get out to do this. A little bit of two-stroke oil just to grease it. Wow, practically seated it by hand. We'll just give it a tiny tap here. Just a super tiny one, just right in the middle. Normally I wouldn't drive on this part. Woo, look at that. Sweet. So it's seated like the other one. Just a tiny bit of a lift there, maybe half a millimeter or so. Sweet. Don't need that. Two-stroke oil leaking everywhere. Okay, so again, bearing, circlip, and then this on the outside, outboard side of the circlip. Okay, and then the new seal, white part to the outside, outboard. Okay, that feels like it's seated. Okay, we've already put this new seal on here with the spring toward the impeller side. Okay, then the only thing left is to drop this pin in this little Okay, so there's a little cross pin that holds it in place. Okay, so almost done. Got the cross pin in. Right here, little slot on the back that indexes over this cross pin. That slot over the cross pin right there. So spin it till it drops. Give it a push, it'll kind of pop. That don't get confused like I almost did and put the E-clip back in here. Make sure it goes down here. Okay, here's the old impeller. Some kind of plastic, and it's even got grooves in it from it hitting, rubbing the inside of the cover here. I don't know if that'll show up very well. Let's get out of the sun. There's kind of a shiny spot right there where the impeller's been rubbing. So yeah, factory impeller rubbing the, so I don't know how much drag that's causing or how much stress that's causing on that shaft, or glad to get this checkpoint piece in. Very excited. I'm going to put the new gasket. Looks like a good fit. You can use some high tack on the case side. So on the torque tables here, got a couple printed out. This one from the GasGas manual, this one from GasGas Rider. None of them actually have different torque specs for the water pump cover itself. There's a water pump drain, which is 7 Newton meters. The case and cover bolts are 8 Newton meters, so I'm going to probably just torque these to 8 Newton meters. And again, Newton meters, just over 8.